Hello everyone. So today, this is my first time live streaming on this account. So I wanted to share a few presentation articles I have made regarding indefinite integration. We will go over through quickly, and we can then s- discuss later on what to do with live streams. Like, would you like a one-to-one session or not? Okay, I'll start it. So obviously, any of you who are late can start from the beginning. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So So here we have single variable calculus, and in single variable integral calculus, we have integration of course, and there are two kinds of integration: indefinite and definite. We're going to study both of them, and in parallel to this, we're also going to study matrices and determinants and probability, binomial theorem, and permutation combination. These are the topics we're going to cover first for the upcoming JEE Mains 2025. I think it's in 2025 January or maybe in 24 December. I have to check. So we'll cover that. So for this video, we'll start with this. Okay, so let's start with the very basics actually. I will not assume that you guys are experts at this thing. So I'm going to start from the very scratch. If f and g are functions such that f of x equals to g prime x, then integration of fx is basically gx. You can add a plus c here because this is indefinite integration, but in general, this is what integration means. If there is a function f such that there is another function g whose derivative is equal to f, then the integration of this function f of x simply gives you the function gx. Again, differentiating both sides, you can get the same relationship as above. A good example is we know that ddx of x to the power 5 is 5x to the power 4. And in that case, integration of 5x to the power 4 dx should be x to the power 5 plus c, where c is called the constant of integration, and it is very important. And the importance of this is like this. Why is there a constant of integration? Well, we should only have x to the power 5, right? But realize that if we were to differentiate even x to the power 5 plus 1, it would also give you 5x to the power 4. And if we were to differentiate ddx of x to the power 5 plus 2, this would also give you 5x to the power 4. You see, you can add or subtract any constant from x to the power 5, and upon differentiation, it will basically give you the same thing, which is why plus c is added, which is very important. Okay. So try and do this one. This is pretty easy. You can do it yourself directly. And in your head, I would add, but if you have any problem, just try and write out the formulas. Try and find a function whose differentiation is x cubed. That would be the answer. Okay, so let's move on. This is the standard integrals, and you should know all of this by heart. So I will not go over each one of them. I will give you some time to see this. If you're studying with me in this video, you should have some time to see it. So the first one is obviously x to the power n dx, which is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. And then you have some formulas of 1 by x e to the power ax, a to the power x, and then you have all the trigonometric formulas. So these are the standard formulas. So you should all know them by heart, and I mean it. Once you know this integrals, once you are comfortable with this standard forms, you would be able to do most of the problems because most problems, along with the techniques that you're going to learn, are basically a combination of this. Okay. Some important properties. Integration of a fx is basically a into integration of fx dx. This means that if you have an integration where you have a number a multiplied by some function f, that integration can simply be written as a into integral of fx, where the constant basically comes out. In a similar manner, you can do integration of a into f1x plus b into f2x dx. And actually, this also applies for plus minus. So if you have a linear combination of two functions, again, the same thing can appear. First of all, we can break the integration into two parts and do plus minus outside and find out the integrations separately. And also we can have a into f1x dx and then b into integration of f2x dx. Okay. So this is the second property, and the third property, which is the basic one, you know, that integral of an derivative should give you the function itself. So these are the three properties that you should know. These are very important because once you understand the basics well, you would be able to do problems in no time. And this lays the foundation for differential equations, a lot of problems in physics, and obviously a whole lot of calculus. So let's go and see this example. We have this example here, x cubed plus 2x minus 2 upon root x dx. Well, in this example, you can see x cubed plus 2x minus 2 root x dx. We can separate first this terms like x cubed by root x plus 2x by root x minus 2 by root x. The motivation behind doing this is simply we are trying to make it into a form of x to the power n dx, which we have a standard formula, right? X to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So this is the motivation. And once we get that form in this step, and we are applying basically the rule that if you have a sum of bunch of functions and we are integrating over that, we can simply integrate over them separately. So once you do that, you get this. Okay, great. Okay, so let's move on to another one. This is again a simpler one. We already have the example here. So x plus 5 whole square, you simply have to expand this to x square plus 10x plus 25 and then integrate over each term separately. Hi. So actually, sorry, I wasn't seeing chat. 1 second. Yeah, hi, good evening. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you, Nitesh, and everyone else who's there. So, anybody has any questions about this? I wasn't listening. I was saying the chat actually. My bad. So, any questions regarding anything or any suggestions or what you might want next for upcoming JEE mains examination? If you have, it's the time so that I can schedule the work. Also, I'm trying to continue this series, like this integration series, and then there is this matrices and determinant series. I'll try to finish them all basically, so that you guys have a good basic foundation of doing everything in JEE Mains. So whatever I'm going to teach here, would be more than enough for JEE Mains. And if you can follow this, like whenever I stream and lift the videos, I can say that without any doubt, you might be in another coaching institute or stuff like that. Okay, that's all good. But just following a 1 hour video every day, that is enough. Yes, you can study from scratch basically. Because this is the basic theory. There is no other theory. I'm basically starting. If you notice where we started, we basically started here, right? We literally started where single variable integral calculus begins. This is where it begins from the definition of functions and how they are manipulated, right? So this is from scratch. And every series I'm going to do from this day forwards, probably a live stream every day is what I'm trying to do. Every series is going to be from scratch, like from the very scratch. I will assume yes, we can directly do x plus 5 whole cube by 3, and that is something I haven't taught. Correct. That is very good. And if others can follow, why can we do so? Someone in the chat is saying this. I will show it here. So they're saying that obviously this can be directly written as x plus 5 whole cube by 3 plus c, which is absolutely correct. But why is that true? This is true because if you have a function fx dx whose value you get, let's say, as g of x plus, okay, for any function f of x and g of x. Now, if you have the same thing, but with a linear combination, ax plus b dx, then you get the same answer, but you get it like this. 1 by a g of ax plus b plus c. This is the general rule. These two things what I've written here, this is the general rule. If you were to follow this, that basically if you have a function with argument x, if you were to modify that argument with some linear combination, 2x plus 1, x minus 2, minus x plus 2, whatever, x by 2 plus 5, it does not matter. It will follow that the answer, whatever answer you got for simply x, would modify accordingly, and also the coefficient of x would be divided. This is the basic formula, right? Okay, so let's actually move forward and see this one. So these are again some basic trigonometric integrals like integration of tan squared x dx. So tan squared x dx is basically you have to apply trigonometric formulas. Tan squared x is sec squared x minus 1. So you can do this and then you can separate the integrals. You can simply have sec squared x dx minus 1 dx, which is tan x minus x plus c. Correct? Also, you can again do this one, but this one is a bit tricky because the method is a bit creative. So you see that we are replacing here 1 with this. And the key to do this kind of trigonometric problems is always think about the trigonometric identities, because any trigonometric integral can be solved using an appropriate trigonometrical identity. So like here, once we do this and do the distributive law, we have 1 by sine square x plus 1 by cos square x dx, which simply becomes cos x square x dx plus x square x dx, which are basically standard integrals. If you do not remember, we can go back here and we can see that yes, these are the standard integrals, right? So the standard integrals come again, and this basically transform into sum of those two, which is basically tan x minus cot x plus c. Yeah, actually, everyone who is in the chat, like, is Hindi also comfortable with you guys? Like, I do not know, but I would try to do the live streams in Hindi actually, even that would be good. So, can you tell me? Yeah, hi, Ayush. Hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I will share the PPT. Once the live stream is over, you can check the description or the comment section. I will put the drive link of the PPTs. Okay, that is not an issue. Also, please let me know if Hindi is a good language for you to learn this. Like, would you guys prefer Hindi or would you guys prefer English? So let's try and move on. Okay. So this is again integration by substitution. And if you guys prefer Hindi, I can start in Hindi actually. So that would be good. And normal videos, they will be in English actually, but live streams, we can manage that. Hi, Kanya. And hello, Deoxy, everyone. Hello, Ayush. You guys, do you guys have anything to add? Maybe, like if you want some topic to come up next. अच्छा, English. नहीं, बढ़िया है, इंग्लिश करते हैं, ठीक है. दिस इज अ गुड सजेशन एक्चुअली. इंग्लिश में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है किसी को वैसे भी. सो वी कैन डू इंग्लिश. तो ये वाला टॉपिक पहले एक बार देख लो, इंटीग्रेशन बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन. तो अभी कुछ और स्लाइड्स ही हैं, लाइक 5-10 मिनट 15 मिनट में हो जाएगा ये टोटल. और इतना काफी होता है लाइव स्ट्रीम के लिए. लाइक 10 घंटे का लाइव स्ट्रीम में कोई कुछ समझ नहीं पाएगा. बट अभी ये खत्म हो जाएगा ये छोटे लाइव स्ट्रीम में. तो छोटे स्ट्रीम्स के अंदर इतना टॉपिक काफी होता है. अगले दिन लाइक थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन लेके आना है कि हाँ, ये टॉपिक पकड़ना है मेरे को, ये स्क्रैच से पूरा कंप्लीट करना है, right? ऐसा कुछ प्रिपरेशन लेके आना है. तो इंटीग्रेशन बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन क्या होता है? लाइक इफ जी एक्स इज अ कंटिन्यूअसली डिफरेंशिएबल फंक्शन एंड you see that there is the form f of gx into g prime x. ओके, तो ये लाइक एक्चुअली एग्जांपल से बहुत बढ़िया समझ में आएगा. लेट्स टेक दिस एग्जांपल. सो इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ साइन ऑफ एक्चुअली नॉट दिस शुड बी रिटन एज इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ साइन ऑफ log x by x dx. ठीक. Okay, FNYLIC. Obviously, I do not think that's your name, but maths is very lengthy. It is, well, it is lengthy. What can we do now? But yeah, to manage time, see, सिंपल बात बता रहा हूँ, इसमें कुछ वैसा नहीं है. मैथ्स में यू डू नॉट हैव टू बी स्टक ऑन अ सिंगल प्रॉब्लम. अगर तुम्हें कोई दिख रहा है प्रॉब्लम, वो कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री का है, एंड यू इमीडिएटली देख के तुम्हें लग रहा है कि नहीं भाई, ये तो नहीं होने वाला है ऐसे, just move on. Because in JEE, what happens is every question has the same weightage, no? So you have to realize that. Like if there are 30 questions or 25 questions of 4 marks each, every question has the same marks. There would be a question from mathematical reasoning जो बहुत आसान होगा, it will have the same marks. And then there will be a question from integration which would be tough, and that would also have the same marks. You do not have to be fixated. ईगो को सामने नहीं लाना यहाँ। Okay. तो ये हो गया हमारा साइन ऑफ लॉग एक्स बाई एक्स का एग्जाम्पल। इसमें क्या करेंगे, जब भी तुम्हें दिखेगा कि कुछ ऑड फंक्शन है, कुछ ऑड बोले तो एफ ऑफ एक्स इक्वल्स टू माइनस एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एक्स नहीं, कुछ अजीब सा फंक्शन है जो नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर वो नहीं होता तो बहुत बढ़िया होता इंटीग्रेशन। ऐसा जैसे यहाँ पे log x नहीं होता और नीचे x नहीं होता तो ये सिंपली sin x हो जाता, राइट? बट वैसा नहीं है ना। बट log x जब है, क्या उसका डेरिवेटिव प्रेजेंट है? हाँ है, ये रहा, राइट? dx by x। बट क्योंकि ये प्रेजेंट है, वी कैन टेक t इक्वल्स टू log x। और क्योंकि t इक्वल्स टू log x है, वी कैन राइट dt इक्वल्स टू log x का डिफरेंशिएशन 1 by x dx। यही तो वो टर्म है जो dt बन गया, राइट? तो ये बन गया क्या, dt। और ये साइन ऑफ लॉग एक्स क्या बन गया, साइन टी, जिसका इंटीग्रेशन माइनस कॉस टी प्लस इंटीग्रेशन डन। जैसे इंटीग्रेशन खत्म हो, जितने भी वेरिएबल्स तुमने सब्स्टिट्यूट किए हैं, जस्ट पुट देम बैक, सिंपल एज दैट। ऑलवेज फाइंड कि जो भी वियर्ड फंक्शन है मेरे इंटीग्रेशन में, उसका डेरिवेटिव प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं। अगर नहीं है तो उसको एडजस्ट करके हम बना सकते हैं कि नहीं। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, तो एक्चुअली यहाँ तक मैंने बनाया था एनीवे। तो ये काइंड ऑफ एक टेस्ट स्ट्रीम था। सो यू गाइस विल सी कि कब लेसन्स होने वाले हैं, कब लाइव स्ट्रीम्स होने वाले हैं। आई विल ऑलरेडी पुट अ कम्युनिटी पोस्ट और समथिंग कि इस दिन में इस टाइम से होने वाले होंगे। एंड कौन सा टॉपिक होगा वो पोल से डिसाइड कर सकते हैं, या फिर मैं खुद एक डिसाइड करके लिस्ट स्टार्ट कर सकता हूँ एनीवे। तो या फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट टाइम, ओके, लाइक क्वेश्चंस, होमवर्क, स्टफ्स लाइक दैट, नेक्स्ट टाइम पक्का, लाइक पीपीटी का अंदर सब रहेगा। आई हैव टू प्रिपेयर द पीपीटी। दिस इज अ टेस्ट स्ट्रीम। जो भी प्रेजेंट है अभी, बस मुझे इतना बता दो, ये फॉर्मेट सही है कि नहीं पढ़ने के लिए तुम लोगों के लिए। इज दिस कंफर्टेबल एंड डू यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड द हिंदी एंड द इंग्लिश वर्जन्स? एंड कुछ सजेशंस हैं कि ये टॉपिक्स नेक्स्ट आए तो बढ़िया है, वो भी आप बताओ। बाकी अगले लाइव स्ट्रीम से बहुत बढ़िया से बहुत देर तक करेंगे, ठीक है? बट इसमें आप ये बता दो कि ये सब सही है कि नहीं, लाइक ये फॉर्मेट आपको पसंद आया कि नहीं, देन वी कैन एंड। बढ़िया। और बाकी कोई जो भी है, मैं सबसे पूछ रहा हूँ एक्चुअली। ग्रेट, ओके ओके। युग पटेल कुछ कह रहे थे आप, नंबर थ्योरी से रिलेटेड, जेई पीएनसी, नंबर थ्योरी लेक्चर रिलेटेड टू जेई पीएनसी। बाकी अच्छा, ओके, सो लाइक नंबर थ्योरी रिलेटेड टू जेई। वेल, नंबर थ्योरी आपको आईएसआई में नॉर्मली मिलेगा, आईएसआई सीएमआई के एग्जाम्स में, ओलंपियाड्स में, आरएमओ अभी अपकमिंग है उसमें मिलेगा, बट जेई में कुछ नहीं लगता है वैसा। पीएनसी में भी उतना ही लगता है, बट या पीएनसी हम नॉर्मली करेंगे जेई के लिए, नो वरीज। तो एक्चुअली क्या करते हैं ना, ऐसा करते हैं कि लाइक स्टार्ट करते हैं एल्जेब्रा वगैरह से, उसके टफ ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जो होंगे उससे वहां से स्टार्ट करते हैं, देन लाइक कैलकुलस में मूव ऑन करेंगे, पैरेलली दोनों करते हैं, नेक्स्ट से करते हैं ये, ठीक। टाइमिंग वैसा ही रहेगा, लाइक 8 or 7। ओके, सो थैंक यू। एंड ऑल्सो अभी डेफिनेट इंटीग्रेशन का जो वीडियो डाला है वो देख लेना, लाइक कंप्लीट डेफिनेट इंटीग्रेशन, लिटरली सब कुछ है उसमें। और हो सके तो वीडियो के हर प्रॉब्लम के पहले लाइक खुद को पॉज करके एंड देन सॉल्व करके ऐसा करके आगे जाओगे तो बढ़िया होगा। Subjective book for ISSM like calculus problems. Well, pre-college calculus है, which is like challenge and thrills of pre-college mathematics, I think, जो किसी भी वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में तुम्हें मिल जाए। हार्ड और एडवांस क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, लेकिन सबको पसंद नहीं है ना, क्योंकि वो चीज ऑब्वियसली पसंद है, लेकिन जब तक हम फाउंडेशन बिल्ड नहीं करेंगे नहीं कर सकते वो। तो इसलिए मैं कोई भी टॉपिक अभी पकड़ूंगा स्क्रैच से। थोड़ा पेशेंस रखो, उसमें भी कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा, एंड देन वी कैन मूव फॉरवर्ड। ठीक है, जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाते जाएंगे वैसे वैसे जेई मेंस, जेई एडवांस, इवन उसके बाद वाले भी क्वेश्चंस आते जाएंगे, ठीक है? एनीवे गाइस, थैंक यू। अभी के लिए टाटा, अगले दिन मिलते हैं, एंड ऑलमोस्ट सेम टाइम पे आएंगे, लेकिन 2-3 घंटे का स्ट्रीम होगा, एंड वॉट एवर टॉपिक आई पिक आई विल कंप्लीट इट, ओके।